We're going to be discussing on business ethics and social responsibility. In general sense, ethics is the name we give to our concern for good behavior. We feel an obligation to consider not only our own personal well-being, but also that of others and of human society as a whole. All cultures place importance on ethics and ethical behavior. How they do so differs from culture to culture. In some cultures, ethics do vary. For example, in some Asian countries, it is considered a sign of respect to give gifts to one's business partners and prospective customers. In the West, however, such gift giving might be considered a bribe, an attempt to corrupt an individual's decision making, and is therefore perceived as unethical. In the Eastern cultures, greater emphasis is placed on fulfilling family responsibilities. In the West, a great deal more emphasis is placed on fulfilling responsibilities to your job and employer. However, this is also slowly changing and differs among Western countries. There are ethic principles which transcend cultural differences, such as honesty, that is valued by every major culture, respect for property rights, this holds true across all cultures, senseless acts of violence, these are universally perceived as wrong, whether perpetrated by individuals or states. Ethics is the consideration of the interests of others and human society. When we talk about ethics, we talk about the consideration of others. So the question would be now, who are the others when we talk about business ethics? These are individual groups of individuals that either have an interest in the operation of a company or are impacted by its action. These groups are also called stakeholders. In a market economy, a corporation has many stakeholders. The major ones are as follows: employees, because the employees, in return for their skills and loyalty, they depend on the company to provide reasonable levels of compensation and benefits, fair treatment, and safe working conditions. And then we have suppliers or customers. This, they depend on the company for fair and equitable treatment, especially with regard to contract bids and competition price information. And then we have local communities. That is the trust. They trust the company to preserve a safe and healthy environment. And then the general public and representation in government. They depend on the company to respect all laws and regulations, including payment of applicable taxes. Companies are also expected to conduct business in a manner conducive to public trust and to refrain from corrupting public officials. Unfortunately, there is no perfect economic system. Every system is vulnerable to manipulation and corruption. So that is why it's very important for you as a J company to have your business ethics statement as a company.